So here's the twist no one saw coming. The man who once protected Prince Harry and Meghan Markle like family, the man who opened his home and heart during their most dramatic escape, might now be holding the key to their biggest downfall. We're talking about Tyler Perry. Yes, that Tyler Perry, the filmmaker, actor, and producer. He once flew them out of the UK when no one else would help. He gave them his private estate. He gave them security. He even became godfather to their daughter. But now, he might be the one holding receipts that could bring their whole brand crashing down. Let's break it all down. Because what's happening behind the scenes is more explosive than anything we've seen in the royal drama so far. Back in 2020, when Harry and Meghan left the royal family and fled to America, Tyler Perry stepped up big time. He didn't just offer a place to stay. He offered protection, privacy, security, a home, and a fresh start. At no cost. At the time, it looked like the beginning of a powerful friendship. They called him family. He called them real, pure, and beautiful. But that friendship, it's now full of cracks. Tyler Perry is reportedly furious. People close to him say he feels used, betrayed. And the reason, as Perry faces a massive $260 million lawsuit filled with serious allegations, Meghan and Harry have been completely silent. No public support, no statement, no defense. While Perry is in legal trouble, Meghan's out here launching beauty products. Harry's avoiding the press like it's his new full-time job. To Perry, it feels like he's been left out in the cold by the very people he once protected. Now here's where things really heat up. There are rumors that Perry has recordings, audio files, texts, maybe even security footage that show a completely different side of Harry and Meghan. We're talking about behind-the-scenes conversations, private strategy sessions, and possibly some less than flattering remarks. What if those tapes reveal Meghan and Harry not as victims but as operators? Smart, strategic, and maybe even manipulative. One source claimed Perry recorded private chats, not to spy, but for protection. And now, those files could be used as evidence not just in his own defense, but maybe to expose the truth about the Sussexes. Hollywood insiders are calling it Perry's nuclear option. If he chooses to go scorched earth, it's game over. While Perry deals with lawsuits and legal fires, Meghan has been busy with branding, new logos, lifestyle products, even curated anniversary tributes, not to Harry, but to herself. Critics called it tone-deaf. Fans were confused. But PR experts say this isn't a coincidence, it's damage control, disguised as empowerment. More and more, it looks like Meghan's not just surviving, she's rebranding. Sources say she's already met with Perry's competitors, pitching herself as the next big solo act in streaming and content. One executive described her pitch as cold-blooded and brilliant. Another called it opportunistic. And through it all, still no comment on Tyler Perry's situation. In Hollywood and royal circles, silence can be louder than words. And Meghan's silence right now, it's screaming. She's known for speaking up on causes that matter, for being the voice of empowerment, feminism, and justice. But when it comes to the man who helped her escape, who opened his life to her family, not a word. Some say she's being strategic. Others say it's plain betrayal. Tyler Perry didn't just lend them his home. He gave them safety. He stood by them when the world turned on them, and now he feels like he's being treated as toxic cut. Off the moment he became a liability. Now let's talk about Prince Harry. He was once the brave royal fighting for causes, walking through minefields, giving powerful speeches, a prince with purpose. But now, insiders say Harry's struggling financially, emotionally, even mentally. Sources claim he recently reached out to King Charles not for a reunion but for money, a secret ask wrapped in the idea of reconciliation. And it makes sense, the podcast deal's gone. Netflix is backing off. Spotify ended their contract. Hollywood is cooling off. Fast Harry's said to be making secret trips to the UK. Not for duty, but for stability. Some say he's spiraling, out of place in California, disconnected from Meghan's hustle, and no longer fitting in anywhere. Here's the hard truth no one wants to say out loud. If Meghan is pushing forward while Harry is pulling back, what happens next? Behind those perfect pictures and public hand-holding, insiders say there's a growing emotional distance. Harry is reportedly withdrawn. He avoids events. He's not engaging with the public the way he used to. And Meghan, she's moving forward fast, building her solo empire. If their paths keep going in different directions, how long can they stay on the same page? And if Harry feels isolated in his own marriage, while Meghan thrives in the spotlight, could this be the beginning of the end? If Tyler Perry really has recordings, texts, and footage, and if he decides to release them, it wouldn't just be a headline, it would be a collapse. Years of branding, interviews, Netflix documentaries, book deals, charity work, it could all turn to dust. If the tapes show contradictions, Harry and Meghan are caught saying one thing in public and another behind closed doors sits over. Sponsors would pull out. Media support would vanish. Even political or philanthropic plans could die overnight. And most of all, public trust would disappear. This whole story raises a powerful question. Who are Harry and Meghan really? Are they underdogs who escaped a cruel system? Or are they skilled players who've crafted a powerful brand? Were they victims? Or just really good at looking like it? And what does it say when someone like Tyler Perry, who called them family, is left in the dust when things get tough? Was their bond ever real? Or was it just part of the narrative? So let's really talk about Meghan's next move, because it looks like she's not just pivoting, she's planning. According to multiple insiders in Hollywood, Meghan has already put distance between herself and the chaos surrounding Perry. She's quietly stepped away from any association with the lawsuit, and instead, she's throwing herself into a massive rebrand. She's focusing on Meghan Inc. We're talking product launches, podcast revivals, new content pitches, and meetings with brand partners who want a royal-flavored lifestyle brand with none of the drama. She's been trademarking names, working on skincare, and building what some are calling her Goop 2.0, a wellness empire with a Duchess spin, and she's not waiting around for Harry to catch up. In fact, a few Hollywood execs say she's now moving in circles without Harry. Not maliciously, but intentionally. She's showing up at meetings solo, networking, working with PR teams that are focused on her image alone. There's no mention of Harry, no joint brand planning, no couple strategy, just Meghan. And while Harry remains mostly quiet, attending polo matches and flying under the radar, Meghan is all over the place, front and center. That's not by accident. Some close to the couple say Meghan has always had an exit strategy, not necessarily from the marriage but from the brand they built together, and now she's activating it. She's aligning with powerful female She's appearing in curated photo ops with fashion icons and business moguls, and she's doing it all with a smile, like she's moved on from the royal drama and is already living her next chapter. But here's the kicker. Some say she's angling to become more than just a celebrity. They believe she's aiming for political influence one day. Sounds wild, right? But Meghan has already met with campaign strategists, she's donated to political causes, she's spoken out on issues most royals would never touch. And now, she's rebranding herself as an independent, intelligent, global voice. The kind of woman who could one day walk into the White House not just as a guest, but maybe as a candidate. And while that may seem far-fetched to some, remember, just a few years ago, she was an actress on a basic cable show, and now she's a global household name. If anyone knows how to play the long game, it's Meghan Markle. But that leads us to a deeper question. If she's already preparing her next empire, and if Harry no longer fits into that picture, where does that leave him? Some say she still loves him, that he's still part of the brand, just not front and center. Others whisper that she's slowly preparing to step away entirely. But no matter what, one thing is clear. Meghan is not looking back. She's moving forward. And she's doing it with the kind of drive and precision that only someone who's thought about every detail would have. And if Tyler Perry becomes a liability, he'll be treated like one, quietly erased from the narrative. No comment. No thank you. Just silence. Because for Meghan, the end game might not be marriage, royalty, or even Hollywood anymore. It might be something even bigger. Now, here's where everything comes to a boiling point. Tyler Perry, the man who once opened his home, offered his jet, gave his protection, and literally sheltered Harry and Meghan, now holds a match that could burn it all down. And he's not bluffing. According to sources close to Perry's team, he's beyond frustrated. This isn't just about money. This is personal. This is betrayal. And this is business. He's reportedly sitting on a vault of receipts, text messages, emails, voice notes, and yes, even video footage, things that could paint a very different picture of the couple the world once rooted for. Remember, Perry isn't just any celebrity. He's a billionaire mogul. He built an empire from nothing. And he's been around long enough to know how to protect himself and how to strike back. If Perry decides to speak, it won't be messy. It won't be emotional. It'll be strategic. timed, controlled, and absolutely devastating because Perry knows how the media works. He knows the power of narrative, and if he releases what people are whispering about behind closed doors Meghan and Harry could be done in Hollywood, imagine the headlines. Perry exposes the Sussex scheme. Private audio reveals Meghan's true agenda, the betrayal of a billionaire ally. Brands would flee. Sponsors would freeze deals. Their podcast revival. Dead. Netflix comeback. Risky. And Meghan's solo business plans. Tainted. This isn't just about losing fans, it's about losing trust. And trust is the one thing celebrities, politicians, and public figures can't afford to lose. Once it's gone, it's nearly impossible to get back. But there's something even deeper going on here. People aren't just questioning Meghan and Harry's public image, they're questioning their character. How do you go silent when the man who sheltered you is being dragged through the mud? How do you preach about compassion, loyalty, and authenticity while turning your back on someone who helped save your future? That silence, that lack of public support, it says a lot. And people are watching. Media outlets are asking questions. Former supporters are shifting their tone. Even fans are getting uncomfortable. Suddenly, this whole fairy tale is starting to feel like a house of cards. And if Perry pulls that final card, the one piece of proof that cracks the entire story wide open, it won't just ruin a few PR campaigns, it'll collapse the whole empire. Because here's the thing, in Hollywood, once your credibility is gone, you're done. No matter how famous you are, no matter how many followers you have, the deals disappear, the friends vanish, and the camera lights stop flashing. And Meghan and Harry, they're dangerously close to that edge. From Alice darlings to tabloid from royal rebels to Hollywood parade, it's a stunning fall land. It's happening in real time. But the real question is, will Tyler Perry actually pull the trigger? Because if he does, if he releases the evidence he's supposedly sitting on, it's game over. Not just for their media brand, not just for their relationship with Perry, but for their entire public identity. It would go from Sussex versus the palace to Sussex versus the truth. And in that battle, the truth always wins. So here's where we're at. Tyler Perry is holding the receipts. Meghan Markle is already planning her next move, possibly with or without Harry. And Prince Harry, he's stuck in the middle, silent, distant, and possibly more alone than ever before. What started as a fairy tale has twisted into a slow motion crash one built on secrets, silence, and shifting loyalties. The couple that once told the world we just want peace might now be facing a storm. They can't spin, edit, or escape. Because if Tyler Perry speaks, it won't just end a friendship. It could end the Sussex story as we know it. This isn't just celebrity drama anymore, it's legacy-level stuff. The question now is, will Meghan and Harry survive the fallout? Or will the very man who once saved them be the one to bring it all crashing down? Stay tuned, because this story, it's far from over.